Hey, I'm gonna call the meeting to order with a loud and brisk, yeah, scared the bejeebers out of Eloise here. Give her a second to recover and then I'll resume. I'm Tom and I'm an alcoholic. No, that's a different meeting.
You're not.
Now, I'm the current president of the resident council and welcome you all here. I don't think there's any newbies here, is there? I think everybody that's been here has been here before. So you all know the ground rules. If you would all make sure to turn off your cell phones, that'd be great. And I'm gonna start off with that second agenda item there on the president's report, which is one of the handouts as well. But I'm gonna add a little bit to that. I'm not gonna read it word for word. I just wanted to let you know that first of all, please pray for Ron, who's our secretary. He's had some health issues and he's now in rehab. That's the word. Not my kind of rehab, but physical rehab to restore his health, and please pray to restore his health and bring him back to comfort and healing, if you would. And there's many others that are also been in and out of the hospital. We've got Eloise here today. She's the vice chair. And I met with Emily Monday. Emily Nelson, the executive director here at Evergreen, on a number of issues. I go over all the complaints that I've directly heard. And like I said at the last meeting, I'm not going to share any of the HIPAA type of stuff that goes on, but I'm gonna paraphrase some of them, but not give you any names. There was one individual that was taken advantage of during the last month, that had a caregiver from the outside come in, and this person lost some money because of that caregiver. And talk about elder abuse, that's one of them right there, and it wasn't the first time. So thanks to some people that brought that to my attention, I brought that to the attention of management, and we had a name for that caregiver, and they took it from there. And they're very responsive. They were very responsive, and they jumped on it. It was not like they were gonna ignore it. I was very pleased with their response to that atrocity, I call it, that they were gonna take action and make sure that person doesn't do it again. So if anything like that comes to your attention, please, don't keep it a secret or anything like that. Let's bring it to the attention of the management, and so they can do their thing. We also talked about the two priorities. When I first met with her back after being elected to the President's Council as president, I said there's two major issues back then. One being the medical, pharmacy, queues, and responsiveness of the pharmacy and all those type of things. That being the category, that being the number. I told her that was one, and the second one was food, as far as the biggest issues that we face here. And I suggested, but it was up to her, that she focus on, I said, if it was me, after hearing all the things that I hear, I told her I would focus on the pharmacy and the medical issues and the queues and all that kind of stuff, as far as us getting our medications when we need it, at the time we need it, and not running out, and giving it to you as prescribed, and making sure everything is working smoothly. If you report a medical issue, it gets looked at. If you have skin issues, lesions, because you're sitting in a chair or laying in the bed, that those be identified and being taken care of. And as far as food, I don't think I have to explain that issue. I think we all are well aware of it. Now, since that first discussion, I've been talking all along with her as we move along, and I really like what she's done. She's brought in some new people that are heading up that department as far as the medical, the pharmacy and that stuff, and now an assistant to that. So far, so good. I'm hearing.
You should invite the new deal.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And I'm hearing less and less complaints unless people are not telling me about it. But usually you guys are pretty vocal on issues and we all hear about these undercurrents or whatever, and I do investigate if there are rumors. But I'm pleased and I told her this week that I'm pleased at the reduction of the number of issues that I hear about. And I feel that she's on a good track there. The second issue, food, I wanted to talk to you about that because, and I didn't want to write all this up, but I wanted to let her know that the food issues are not getting any better. And I provided some examples, and you guys are telling me examples all the time. And there is a food council meeting tomorrow at 1 o'clock. That I said is not the answer. I said I've been attending the last 2 or 3 times, and it's not getting any better. Did you have something to say?
I just like to say that it doesn't matter what Gabby has told us, it turns out to be terrible.
Yeah,
She says she's going to improve, but it doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Emily has talked about right off the cuff. She said, where I encouraged her too. She said she's been sampling a few things, and I said that's great. And I would urge you to take more and more samples. Go in the kitchen, look at what they're doing. You know what some of these people that are cooking. You know, they're presenting us food that's looks bad. You know, burnt toast, pork loin or pork roasts that are not only gray and goofy looking, but tough and leather, you know what I mean, leather.
Yeah. You can't cut it with a knife and you can't chew it.
Can't chew it and can't cut it. You know, and there's just all sorts of things that, you know, that if she does enough sampling, she's going to get a really good handle of what's going on. Especially, you know, I said, I don't know if this stuff is occurring when she's not there, or if she is there and it's going out. And the people that deliver it, when they're delivering stuff like this, it seems like they should have enough authority that if it looks bad to them, they shouldn't be bringing out something that's totally burnt to a crisp.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. So I felt listened. I wanted to share with you that I felt listened to by Emily. And, you know, she's a new executive director here, and I really like that she's going to dig in. I feel that she is going to dig in on this issue. You want to say something?
Yeah, I'm sorry. The reason to put it is that's why in May, I did about 95% of my own meal because I've been here long enough and I look what's there, and it's not worth going down.
Yeah.
I couldn't, but like I said, 95% of my meals in my room.
Yeah. Yeah, people are not going down. There's not very few attendants sometimes on this. And
Usually Friday to Saturday and Sunday. It's so slow getting your food.
That was 45 minutes, 50 minutes.
yeah,
50 minutes.
that's the third issue that I talked. I mean, like I said, the top 2 issues I described. The third issue I said is staffing. This last time, as far as aides, whether it's in the dining room or aides out here in when we push the call button, you know, or responsiveness in the kitchen, and told her some specific examples where they only had so many people on duty, you know, at certain times, whether it was the weekends or during the week. And you know, and they're working on hiring and getting this staffed up, but that could be also that could escalate to a very major issue if and could be negligent or legally liable for inadequate management and supervision of us or of their staff in observing and caretaking of us as residents of this facility. Now, I didn't talk like that with her, but she is aware that that she needs to bolster her staffing at certain hours, and they're looking to hire. They're hiring housekeepers. There are 2 that resigned. The other things I did put in here that I heard that there was a request made for cushions for the benches outside the front door and also some more chairs. And then I asked, there was also a request to wonder if it was possible to arrange for an ATM in our lobby. You know, it's difficult for some of us to get out to get to the bank to actually get cash when we need it. Not that we need a whole lot of cash all the time, but
Once in a while.
once in a while. And or especially if they have fundraising events where we're doing something, but anyway. And then I'm looking here at the memo. Yeah, inadequate staffing, aids in dining. Medical. Okay, that's that. And then in the report there, the president's report, I talk about the welcoming team and the community, which I don't see that we have the Carol here for a report on that committee and the community care. We'll get to that later. Then finally, well, I guess I mentioned there, I attended last month the food council meeting. Now, again, I feel listened to by Gabby. Now, whether she follows through or not, I think we're seeing the results on that. But again, tomorrow I would encourage each and every one of you that has had a food complaint to be there tomorrow. Not to sit back and take it. Be there in force. That?
Doesn't do any good.
That's right.
Well, yeah.
It's like the menu last night, the food was horrible, but when you look at the menu, it's printed out, it's hot mac and turkey, or, you know, but what we got wasn't that. So it's whoever's preparing it, they need someone to come in and show.
That's right. They have people who have no
Right.
idea what these things are.
Yeah, cause I'll make something off my son, he said, well, that sounds good, I said, yeah, come and eat it.
Yeah.
They don't have to.
And
So
she-
they right, but they want there, eating it's different.
Why would you put brown gravy on turkey?
That's what I said too.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Brown gravy on turkey.
And that's it. See, what you're saying now is exactly what I think needs to be said tomorrow, not just by me, but all of you that, you know, give her a chance to do it. She is the manager of that department. And if I don't want, and then,
Dawn's right, you can go and tell her all this stuff, and she agrees and she writes it all down, but nothing ever changes.
Exactly.
and it will be documented, but that she did nothing.
Yeah.
It's made me sick to my stomach, that's why I don't go down all the time, because I don't want to get sick.
Yeah.
You're not the only one.
So you see the options here. It could be that she does listen and things change. If she doesn't listen, we did our job in letting her know. And then as her boss or anybody that's supervising an individual who doesn't do their job, they can take the appropriate action to make sure she does her job.
Just let her son.
Right.
But if they hire someone, like, it's gonna be here for all 3 meals,
Yeah.
and then they can teach them how to cook.
Mhm.
Because it's not what they're serving, it's how they're serving it, how they're making.
Well, somebody that has some knowledge other than working at McDonald's, because that's where she came from. She was a McDonald's manager though. That, That makes no sense to me.
Somebody's been to culinary school for
Right,
recent semester.
right. Or learned under one, something.
So anyway, that's tomorrow at 1 o'clock, right here in the gathering room. Then
I
I'll,
think your food is number one.
yeah,
Like,
yes, I agree.
Tom, can I say something else about
Yeah.
food, just real quick? I understand there was a couple of QMAs that wrote letters to corporate in regard to the kitchen help. They don't wear gloves while they cook. Most of them have a hat on, but they don't wear gloves. They go outside and smoke, but they don't come in and wash their hands. I mean, these were all documented. They saw in the kitchen, experienced themselves, so they wrote to corporate.
Okay,
And supposedly corporate's gonna do something, but who knows? So that's. I'll shut up now.
okay, that's it for my report. We'll go on to the next section. We don't have minutes to approve. Ron's not here and he left with his health issues before he could give them to us. So, but I am recording these meetings. And the recording will be there for a record of our discussions here. A permanent record. I got the wrong agenda here. There we go. Oh, yeah, get that. You're at here. Yeah, minutes are not available. Committee reports was the next thing on the agenda. Welcome committee, which I don't think there's anybody here to report on that.
Well, I am on
Oh.
the committee, okay, but you don't have my name listed,
Okay,
okay? And Carol has been working on going to see people. She knows there is new people that have moved in. I haven't seen her for a couple of days. She talked to me the other day, but my back was hurting so bad wasn't able to go. And that was Sunday, I guess, and I don't know if she went or not. I told her if she couldn't find anybody else to go with her, to come back and get me. But I know she's been really keeping up with it, and she's the chair, okay? But we talk back and forth all the time. Now, we had a meeting and the only person that actually showed up was Juanita. And myself and Carol, Jerry didn't come. And Brian, I don't know, he's gonna deal with it. Did she come talk to you the other day?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but if there's a new man that moved in down there by you and she was gonna see if you would go. Kind of do a welcome with her, she would be glad to go with you.
I do that. Tom saw me last week, actually meeting with, already new individuals that I gave a tour of the facility,
yeah,
Oh,
so what I know about.
Sure.
The facility.
oh, that's nice, yeah,
So,
so you are helping,
communicating.
okay. But did she talk to you about the man that lives down by you, that moved in?
I don't think it's spoke by.
Okay,
and then,
yeah, cause she got, man on man,
yeah,
like that more, that men are involved in things here, so. So anyways,
and Pam,
yes,
there's a new lady named Vicky, I don't know her last name, that moved into room 231 yesterday.
yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Okay, I'll write that down.
I would love to be on that committee.
Done, you're on it.
Whatever happened to that side, when I first moved in,
What's your
it decided,
Linda.
sit out in, main lobby, not so sure they know what the dates.
With a picture.
Whatever happened to that.
With a picture, okay, yeah,
Then that's not vendors inside,
306, okay.
never did that.
I used to be on and.
Usually what she does.
She's still here? Yeah.
Okay. So everybody.
Okay. Got that?
But I will tell her that they had. Okay.
And I also talked with Andrea Amos about move-ins, and she's supposed to give us and Carol updates on new people that move in,
Yeah.
but there has,
The first list she gave it was a month old, and I was
Yeah.
like. What good does that do her, you know, if she doesn't have an up-to-date list, she
Yeah.
should give her one. First of the month, yeah, or weekly, yeah, because sometimes they move in, you know, 1 week to the next week,
Yeah.
so,
she promised that she would keep us advised.
okay.
And
Well,
also,
And-
about taking a picture. with
Yeah.
The names. in there.
yeah, and
They
Yeah.
used to do that.
yeah, they used to, they did me, it's a horrible picture, I hated it, but they did it, I'll ask Carol about that, if she can talk to whoever would do that, I don't know if that would be Kim or. 'Cause she-
Andrea.
Andrea,
Andrea, okay.
all right. How about the community care committee? Anything about that?
It's not going very well.
Oh, really?
Sherry, yeah. Sherry, I tried to get a hold of her and she doesn't seem to know it. Linda, she didn't want to talk about it. Juanita is here. And then there's me.
And
Rowena, but she forgets, so. Do you want me to just,
I'll help you. If
Well-
you don't mind me being on both.
well, I can do it, I just didn't know. I thought somebody would head that up, but obviously not, so. How about I just do that, if that's all right?
Yep.
What committee is that?
Community care.
Okay.
May I ask what that is, because that's a new reason.
That is a committee that we set up to help reach out to folks that are hospitalized or there's a death in the family or but that type of thing, to let us know that we care.
Cards and stuff like that.
Yeah. Let us know that we care about them, and I think it's a wonderful thing, you know, to help love and to help others, so. Anybody, and then we'll try to solicit more people to be, that are really would like to be a part of that. All right, new business, or wait, old business, resident council recommendations for improvement document. I just wanted to let you know about that I do keep up all the issues on that document that I meet with Emily about. And then if you ever want to see it, well, I'll post it every once in a while on Facebook. But of course, like I said, the HIPAA issues will not be on there. But just, you know, like the idea of chairs and cushions for the outside benches. And then another idea I forgot to mention that I heard was using the bistro as a little cafe to prepare some food that you could actually purchase. I don't know if it's a hamburger or a sandwich or
It's supposed to be
or deli.
a drink or something, anytime. of
or a
day.
drink or a coffee,
Ice cream.
ice cream, something like that. That was an idea that came across, but it
Let's get the food taken care
yeah,
of first.
focus on that. But that is an idea, and it was came to me after I had met with Emily, so I had not brought that idea up.
It's a different bylaw, where the thing you get your contract, being here, to live here, that is in there.
Okay,
Yeah. I think that can be, leased, okay.
Yeah.
That little cafe can be leased, and then it won't cost the company anything, they will make money on it. So they can't use that over our heads, that will it cost money, because you know, the store they're charging $1.50. I'd like you to look into that. They're charging us $1.50 for the products that we buy, and they only cost $1.25.
Yeah,
That's not right.
I was just there the other day and on everything that's in that store is $1, everything. Cause I looked at certain things, just like.
Brian,
And
Yeah, I wanted to talk about, this morning I was hanging out in front, waiting for my ride to be golfing, so I was around. And, I started to notice by the sidewalk, the number of cigarette butts, they're coming in, very on the sidewalk, and I go there. And that's pretty bad, everybody, somebody hands you about the front doorway.
yeah, I can translate for you later.
The thing with the bugs getting warmer and people are going outside, we're stopping right there.
Yeah,
Meaning of them, we have a conversation with the best one they have. We are responsible to stay clean.
I'm.
The rule is, get smoking out front.
What
right.
The rule is no smoking at all.
Yeah,
Things
right.
like that, 20 to 30 foot.
Let's go outside after.
There's a designated smoke.
Yeah,
area.
Yes, and I've told several of them that and they don't pay any attention. They just look at you or say bullshit.
I'd like to address the food that the animals are doing in the front. And absolutely should not be doing that, because when it gets 97 degrees, we're gonna be sitting, well, we're not gonna be sitting outside, but we can go early in the morning and you can smell that. And there has to be something done about it.
got it.
I understood they were supposed to go out the library door.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where Linda always goes. I see her take her little dog out there and she picks up after her dog. But there's a lot of them that don't.
That's right. One of them carries her daughter around in a walker,
So I
Oh,
thought
does she not pick up? I've seen that.
and Harry does it too.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Emily needs to talk to those people.
Yeah.
You should write their names down.
She,
That one lady's new. She may not maybe nobody told her that over by the library, but still.
I know who you
She
mean.
can pick up after her dog.
Yeah, the one with the dog in the carriage, yeah, that, I told her that that's where we go in behind over the library door.
Oh, did you? Okay. Well, and there's is there little food bags in that thing out there?
No, there's one bag, but there's no bill bag anymore, they haven't had that for a long time.
Oh,
Where?
there used to be
there's supposed to be,
food bags on that container out in the.
but it's
Dog
empty.
area.
She said that
Back.
it's been empty a long time.
back,
Yeah,
in the dog area.
And she said it was empty, and been empty for a long time.
okay. Got it.
And I mean, because a lot of them, I don't know, if they have an animal, they ought to be able to afford those little things, but. You know, I don't know how expensive those are.
And speaking of that library door, she's looking at getting a cost of putting in one of those automatic opening
Oh,
things
wouldn't that be nice?
by the library that,
Oh, like it's in the
Yeah.
dining room.
not saying it's gonna happen for sure,
Right,
but
sure.
she's looking into the cost. Those are not cheap.
No,
That would be a blessing.
Yeah. Okay, the other thing on the old business was food issues, which we've already talked about. Anything else under old business? New business? Any new business for the good of the cause? Larry?
Yeah, John, I'd like to, I know that the major cost to do it. But I'd like to get it on the agenda for them to look at it possibly next year. Of putting in some form of small dog park. And where we could take our dog, watch over those dogs while they're there. And set the rules that you don't just take your dog out, turn it loose, and then go back in. But I would like to see him make some form of a small dog park where we could turn our animals loose and let them exercise.
Yeah.
And run.
Where I just moved from Barrington, they put one in last year for the dogs. And I'm scared of the back of the complex. You know, sit there and manage much playing around.
Yeah, I know there's several places already have, but I know the expense of that is not cheap. It would require fencing and all kinds of things. And it would have to have a set of rules concerning people using that dog park. And some sort of penalty if they have a cat and did not use that.
Yeah. I just don't think a lot of people in this community know what rules are. They don't obey rules, they don't put anything back in their gun, and they take things that are not theirs.
Well, they want to do some kind of progressionary discipline. And if you get strike 3, there's going to be harder discipline. It should go in progression, just like any place that you go or work.
The dog is gone.
Yeah.
If they have to take your dog away, they need to hurt my dog away.
Yeah, they did.
Because he wasn't taking care
They
of it.
barked all the time.
Yeah. And he wasn't taking care of it. He's killed off.
I know.
I know there's some people against it that don't like dogs. But I have to keep one of them that is bad from friends.
Yeah.
I live here on the 3rd and I'm in the corner. And sometimes it doesn't bother me, but my neighbor likes to play his guitar so freaking loud, it was horrible.
Here who that is. And one of the-
Down this way.
Yeah.
I mean, but some of the time, I mean, I got a nerve to give me, so I can turn my volume up, but I even tried times to open my bedroom door. That does muffle sometimes, but he also likes to play real late, I mean, like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, not the.
Doesn't like being told anything.
Yeah.
Bed or guitar, but the TV and my bed, he has a studio and I have one bedroom.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Being wooden, and I'm being tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say anything?
Renee,
Not supposed to be here.
Yeah, no, you can't.
I do know on that complaint, the gentleman on the other side is complaining too, so I think you two should get together. And then go downstairs.
Yeah.
that,
And that's when you write a grievance. Get a grievance form and write a grievance, both of you.
And I don't know it's all, but my son plays. I still say, you can start himself. I don't know.
right. Yeah.
Even if you put something on his wall like noise canceling, I mean, we all pay good money to live.
Well, that's one of the rules, especially if you play at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well, it's his TV that's really about that,
Well,
but
you're not supposed to disturb your residents
Right.
at odd hours or whatever. I can't remember what the rule reads exactly, but there is.
Correct. Yeah.
You know what John's talking about, I lived, when I first moved in, I was in that apartment. And I complained to him, the person who lived there, and he agreed to tone it down. But he didn't help, and TV plays all night long, I couldn't sleep, so I moved down to the second floor.
He's even told, I've heard, this is secondhand, I don't know if it's true, but he's even told somebody to complain about noise. And I'm not gonna repeat.
I could imagine what he said.
Yeah, let me just jump in here. I failed to mention in my discussion with Emily that this situation did come up because I've received numerous complaints from other people about this exact issue.
And I know some, the other side of, the other side of, Eddie and Ken, and the other, nice that.
Yeah.
She.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah,
Now I'm gonna have a two one on the other side where Glenna was, I don't know who it is or when they're coming in, but because they're gonna be able to hear.
okay. Yeah, so it's on my radar. I just want to let you know when it is on my radar, I will be following up on all these things, so. Not on my radio, but on my radar.
I get very day one, and it's my TV, I know I'm younger than most of you, people here. But, I have learned. I'm very conscious about my noise, that if I put my TV is above us, above the CTV, low volume is 14. So if it gets above that, I will say, I'm sorry, I'll yell out, I'll say, I'm sorry for the noise.
Yeah.
Sorry for the noise.
I talk to my neighbor, I always ask her, do you hear me, do I bother you? You know,
Well, that's what I did with Glenn.
Yeah, we should,
Yeah.
Okay, what's?
we should be respectful of others, of our neighbors. And that is not happening here. And I like what Charlotte brought up with those headphones. I mean, yeah, anybody that plays a guitar should have that type of thing.
I just sit here, yes, watching TV, that friends that they're hard of hearing, so they buy two
Yeah.
ears. They can hear the TV and you don't hear the TV.
Right.
you know, they make those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So. And any other new business?
Over here, Eddie.
Yeah.
Well, three things, I donated a blue card to the mail room, and I thought, it would be more effective and more people could use it if it, has better visibility. Perhaps now the larger cards are, the moving cards, because, a couple of people were using the larger cards, only a few bags on here. And I asked if they knew about the blue card, the mail room, if they didn't know what the mail room was. So perhaps it was out there in the lobby, could be to a person who came in. See it.
Get
What card is
Yeah.
it? Card, mail,
The blue card?
Yeah, it's a blue card.
Hearts.
card.
Oh, hearts.
The
I'm
card.
sorry, yes, yes, yes,
A
okay.
lot of people don't know.
I was there when they put that right in there. Kim,
The second thing is anybody who uses Verizon transportation, in power chairs or is in a wheelchair, does it transfer over to a chair? Some of the SUVs are very difficult to maneuver, power chairs around due to a lack of space. J and A mobility, they came to pick me up yesterday by, request in a huge bus. It's wonderful, and he's very reliable, very friendly, and has good communication skills. If there was a delay, which there was yesterday, I passed that information along to Mira and the scheduler to
J&A Mobility.
J and A. So they have that information, but just by word of mouth, if anybody makes their own transportation arrangements, they always ask for preferred provider.
Do they cost money?
And you can go any
Each
day,
provider,
of the week, or?
Monday through Friday, and that's strictly for doctor's appointments, like lab or anything like that. They don't charge? No, if you go through Verizon, through Medicaid, or maybe your insurance, insurance base. But, just excellent.
Thank you. That's two, right?
Let's do it.
Okay,
Also, people in diabetics, and also if you need compression socks, for whatever reason, the insurance will usually pick that up. And I talked to Emily and again here about it. There is a rep in this area. And when they do, they will come in, providing you have a doctor's, slip, yeah, for that. They take the measurements and fitting for the shoe. They send us that information on. There's a good selection of women's shoes to choose from. And, expressions either above the knee or below the knee. And, this rep is very thorough. We took about 20 different measurements. These are custom made in Germany and real good fit. We have 4 pair a year, 2 every 6 months.
okay.
People don't know about that and very good.
Any other new business? Thank you. Thank you.
Not new. I thought we were gonna have, Melissa. Talk today, yes, we are, or we did.
Yeah, right after this, Renee, will you come up for a second, please? Melissa's driving the bus today, so we have a substitute, and her name is Renee. We're gonna have before we get into that subject though, but I wanted to bring up activities as the last new business item, if that's okay, in our remaining minutes. And then we're gonna, which I wanted you up here in the front anyway, but if you have any ideas or suggestions for Melissa and Renee for any specific activities that you would like to see in the near future, now is the time.
When are we gonna be selling now your cakes and pies?
It's, oh, man, I don't know. Yes, I do. I believe it's, so if you have any of those smart bugs, like when you come to activities, sometimes we give you smart bugs, it's like when we really do like a mindful or an activity, physical activity, we give you smart bugs. We are having a bake sale that you can use your smart bugs for. So you can come in, everybody's always wondering, what do we do with them? What do we do with them? We try putting something in the general or the country store, that'll work out. I guess before I started, they did like an auction or something here with the smart bugs, and that kind of, went. What else did they do? What are smart bugs? Is there anything else? I don't know. That would be fun.
Will the, this.
Where's that dance?
We have to have a smart bus.
No, we're also.
That dance thing I did.
Like taxes, and then that money will go back.
That goofy flyer isn't gonna throw every-
Use it
that flyer on the dance.
towards something else to do with, the right.
Here it is.
Whether it would help us, buy pizza. I know she's got on the calendar, Jerome and Ruby at the end of the month. So that's gonna come out of our budget, but if we can kind of help. I don't know if anybody knows how big, our budget is not.
Oh, I understand.
So I have donated a lot of stuff from my own. I bring my own, when I make cookies here, or yesterday, if you were honored to get a fresh strawberry muffin, I brought all the ingredients. So I use my ingredients and everything else for my. But the bake sale is, next week. No, it's not. It's the week after.
Always try to.
Because I'm here, so we're not gonna keep it at a low cost and, try to help where everybody can just, still purchase something. And I can't see it. It's on there. I didn't see it on ours either, to be honest, but it's on the menu downstairs. That Dana keeps in front of her when people ask her questions. And I believe it's not next week during CNA week, which there's a lot of stuff going on during CNA week. Next week, we kind of like everybody participating. I will not be here. You will miss this, I know you will. But it's the following week is when the bake sale is, and also, I believe our we're having appetizer pop. Which is, that's gonna be the guy upset, because he's gonna be hungry.
But that's okay.
Do they have any plans or anything for the future of getting a more reliable what? Service. Shuttle,
Like the bus itself,
yeah,
there's nothing wrong with the bus, apparently there, and I'm gonna be truthful, apparently there was nothing wrong with the bus.
we were told it was broke down.
Yeah. The lift, so if you don't push that button or even try to push the lift in, this happened with the bus that I used to drive. We had to push that lift in, they do wear and tear, but whoever fixed the bus or worked on the bus said there's nothing wrong with it, and that's what he did, and then it worked just fine. We were noticing that the other day, when was the winery too, we noticed that it wasn't going up and down right, and it was the lift, and so we had to like push it in or redo, and it went up, but yeah, I don't work on that. What's that? In other words, no. Yeah, no.
Yes.
So, but the smart box. Money. Yeah, you can purchase, you can purchase things with money. No, do you want our apartments? Oh, you might have to come to Don.
Yeah.
And, I know one thing that I wanna say is when people are using the kitchen, we've been having a lot of different meals being made or whatever. I really think that's a neat idea. If there's any way I can ever help anybody when I'm here, I'll be more than glad to help you. I just enjoyed that and.
Awesome.
You're welcome.
One thing about, is she gonna bring back the prices right thing, or is that just, and we did that prices right a couple times?
Yeah, they did it again, they did do it last month.
I just was not paying no attention, I'm sorry, but I wouldn't mind, I do like that.
Okay.
No, I'm neat, and I know they purchased that with money funding into the company here.
Yeah.
Buy things and donate it, not.
You know, something else, like, I know the facility that I used to work at, we had people donate like money, like quarters or whatever it was. I also brought up with the funds that people are getting, why couldn't we do a bingo that you're actually getting? Sometimes they want that Coke and there's nothing open, they have to go down and they have to figure out how they're gonna get money to use the machine downstairs.
You can do it with your credit card.
Yeah, some of them just don't have the funds. I mean, so to get a, to do money, to have money, money?
Yeah.
Like a bingo or whatever, or,
Oh, no.
Snacks, beverages,
oh,
even toiletries. Some people need them.
yes. Yeah, and we do, I know we do a lot of that with bingo, but I know there was a young family employee that needed help the other day and I helped, out of my pocket for it. Awesome. Thank you for bringing me up.
No, Renee, hey, no, I wanna bring up the bingo prizes.
Okay.
Who is in charge of that?
Not me.
Listen, it is just ridiculous. Now, I don't need a $29.95 bottle of extraordinarily good shampoo. I want the prizes to be from the Dollar Tree that they can use. Like they had a package of napkins. That was wonderful. I bought that. You know, I wanted that. I mean, that's
In the country store, you're talking about being in the country store?
No, the
No, but I did think that,
prices.
Okay,
the prices are ridiculous and Kim would not use those. We got little cute, little funny things that nobody cares about.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about. We need,
Well, and nobody wants keychains, then,
yeah,
you know, they have those little things that these little rubber things, and. I mean, they're just like, they're little ridiculous things,
Yeah.
I know, to be
That's
honest,
left over and nobody's ever gonna use, they're
I
never gonna give
purchased, I bought things that, like, everything on your door for different holidays. I thought that would be like
Yeah,
something like that, or to put on your little shelf that you have by your door. I mean, that's what I look
yeah,
at. and
Yeah,
look how-
yes.
I don't really look at how well everything is decorated, but to know that somebody has something there, it kind of
Sure.
makes you feel welcome too when you're going around and.
Oh, yeah.
having that go.
yeah.
yeah, and I love it. Also, so can you look into that? Please.
I will.
And also, can there be another day added to the bus route?
Yeah, she talked about that.
Tuesday and Thursdays, not enough.
For
For
medical,
transportation.
for doctor's appointments.
Yes.
Anything,
Yeah, and
just another day.
Shouldn't that be an issue brought before the president?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not really.
I mean, okay,
Yeah, I don't know.
Talk to Emily about that.
Yep.
anytime.
well, since you guys drove it,
Yeah, she,
So,
they drive it sometimes,
yeah, so certainly,
So someday I'll show everybody pictures of what happens when I drive something like that. Is that it?
That, now, wait a minute, time out. Before we close the meeting, though, just explain what's gonna happen at 3 o'clock with this,
So they're coming, from. Yes, Fort Wayne Dance Collective is coming at 3 o'clock. So this is for anybody with any type of mobility. We'd like to see as many as possible. They can put something together for us and we can do a little something, show it off. Not just my dancing skills. But we can show this off and, I think it would be something neat to do myself. I personally do not know. I mean, that's really all I know about it is what flyer says, what Emily or Melissa told me to say, and that's
where's it gonna be?
right here.
Where are they now? Are they,
What's that?
it's almost 3 o'clock, where are they now?
They should be here. And then the Bible study that was normally here at 3 o'clock is down in there.
It's canceled.
It's canceled, okay.
So. Those people, or do you have to go down and get them then, or?
No, they should be up here.
We need to get out of here.
Sure.
We need to call it.
No, you need to stay for it.
Yeah, you just say,
Learn how to dance.
they're probably here.
Okay,
Hello?
do I have a motion for adjournment? First, do you have a second? Pam? All in favor? Aye. We're adjourned. Now, those of you that want to stick around for the dance collective, you want to take a bio break, go ahead, but I'm gonna stay here for the dance collective.
no, thanks.
No.
There he is.
Cheers too.
Can't stand
Yeah.
Tom,
it. Thank you, Doc.
I'll be here.
That teach you how to do it. Girl, do the day.
I did I've been in military for a very long time. That's too long, because people think that I should do it. I'm trained by the city, there's a big nation on.
It says it no food service, but good God.
I could make,
One day, this is months ago. It's some type of state that.
Here they are.
Season very nice. And I went out my way to find her.
How about you? Yeah.
This was seed.
Good. Did it, Melvin?
I know, did it, but. Then she goes, I just chewed them out, using the season.
Some are stand and some are to go ahead if you want. She's just gonna go get a drink and come back. Yeah, about 3 minutes, yeah. You just got purchased with a meeting.
All the time at home, not so.
Renee from the activity.
Yeah, I also then I sent that to
Yes, but she had to go drive the bus.
yeah.
You want to introduce her?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Renee. Actually, I don't want this. Yeah, she's out right now. Yeah. So this is Ashley. Hi, Ashley. And Corleen. Dancing lesson. Dance lesson. And she's going to. This office, right? Yeah. So she's gonna talk to us a little bit, I'm gonna take some notes and see. What's going on, you're gonna be able to.
I'm gonna record this for Melissa. Have you met Melissa, right?
Yeah, well, through email, I don't think I've met her in
Okay.
person yet, or maybe I have, if I have, it's been a while.
Couldn't make it today, but she has me recorded. Right there.
Yeah.
Awesome, are you?
No, it's for everybody. Oh, yeah, it's for everybody, right? Yeah,
Yeah, wheelchair or not, needs mobility.
yeah. Anybody that can move, right, a little bit?
Yeah. Patricia really needs.
Yeah, you have a body.
Yeah.
Here's the other.
Okay. Back, she's gonna start in a minute. She was already.
Sorry.
Wait, I get to stay now.
Yeah, there you go.
Take up too much of your time unless you have lots of questions for me. But my name's Ashley Benioff. I'm the program director at Fort Wayne Dance Collective. I don't know if you know of us. We were actually founded in 1979. One of the founding directors actually is still a teaching artist with us. But it's our mission to empower and inspire people of all identities, all stages of life, all abilities. And we were lucky enough to receive a grant from the Indiana Arts Council, specifically designed for dance and art for older adults. And once upon a time, I think it was even pre-COVID, we came here and did a few performances. Just to like kind of share what we do with you all at the time, since it was a little bit more like a distance. But now that those are kind of rounding up, we're looking to increase, movement, because we feel that anyone who has a body could be a dancer, whether or not you have any experience, or if you once upon a time, or maybe just like last week with a good class. We are really interested in offering programming for you all. As I said, it can be adapted for, you can sit the whole time, you can stand, you can sit down. It's very much wherever you're at and whatever you feel comfortable with. We are very used to working with all abilities, all people. We are come as you are, much more community oriented, very much like socializing, just kind of like expressing yourself through movement. So for example, like I'm actually very introverted, but I use movement to like kind of help express myself. I use like
Sure, yeah, there you go.
right? Yeah, like that's where I'm kind of finding my passion, and we have a great list of teaching artists who also share that passion with me. And we really just kind of want to get people to move, because it's really, really great for not only for your body, but your mind. It's a great chance to work together as a group. We are very interested in seeing what the people that participate are interested in. For example, like, we would really love to dance to big band music, you're like, I'm feeling disco. Or we wanna like kind of feel like what kind of motivates you, what inspires you. If you're like, I used to be a ballet dancer, or I always wanted to, right? We've had students who have never taken ballet before, they come in and they're like, right? No, kind of like the present. So basically, we're kind of looking to adapt to what you might be interested in. We also are looking at, this, there's like really cool glove that actually has like a tattoo. So I don't know if you've ever tap danced before, but it's actually a lot of fun. Making noise is actually a lot of fun. And they have these really cool gloves now that you can literally get like little boards and like tap out with your hands, so like you don't even, or you could put them over your boot and you can do a lot of city, like the things that you can do these days are pretty awesome. And we have a tap teacher who is very passionate about working with older adults and like getting you all moving and just like kind of a little out of your comfort zone, but like in a good way, right? Like we would always want you to feel comfortable and like you're inspired hopefully to move, which then maybe you create your own movement. So we're not like, you must do this at this table or whatever. No, we're just here like to move, to have a good time, to feel like get that inner artist out in you in the formation or in the mode that is dance. Because that's kind of our main thing. Although we do a lot of other programming too. We're pretty much all over Fort Wayne. We even have a relationship with Parkview Hospitals. So we have a healing arts program there. So we are very much of the mindset that the arts can heal in all different kind of capacities. It can be a great way to channel some energy or moods or whatever, and just kind of, yeah, have that opportunity, whether or not you've always wanted to try, or maybe you're a little bit nervous, but like, as I said, it's kind of good to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. This is through a grant, so we're able to offer this programming like for free, so this is just like, here. But I wanted to meet you if you all just like gauge interest to see if you're like, ooh, that tap sounds really cool, or oh, we'd really love to do like, oh, like 1950s, like little, oh my gosh, I'm trying to blank. Like sack hop kind of like that, you know, like,
Right,
just like very like when you honestly.
like jitterbug.
Yeah, like that's like swinging and stuff is kind of some of my favorite stuff,
Yeah.
honestly. Musically, or maybe you're like, you know what, I want to do hip hop. Like we're like very open, we have a lot of different styles and we can incorporate a lot of different things. But we're hoping with this program, I mean, like, so we could talk to you all like what like scheduling looks like, but the kind of goal is to have like 8 weeks. Essentially, like you meet like once a week, like this is your, you know, Wednesdays at 3 o'clock or what, like, we're very flexible on time, but you come and meet, so like, this is what we learned this week, and then the next week, maybe we feel a little bit more comfortable, so we try something else. Or we kind of repeat that, or maybe the next time we're like, hey, let's create something together, like kind of working together, so that by the end, if you wanted to. So you have like a little event here and you wanted to be like, hey, let's show off to our fellow residents what we've been working on, so you could present like a short little number. That would be gauged off of comfortability level of the individual, like, you know what, I love that we learned this dance, but this one's for me, that's also okay too, but sometimes it's kind of nice to like show what you did. Yeah.
Sure.
So like, that's like, a lot of this is kind of like, what would interest you, and we can adapt and kind of like make that work, and hopefully be something that would be fun, a great chance to socialize and kind of get to know each other on maybe a slightly different level than you normally do. So like, you know each other as humans, but maybe you don't as artists yet. And everyone can be an artist, it is never too late, I swear. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions or thoughts, or?
Would you do the instructions or the?
It might be me, but we also have, it would depend on like scheduling,
Okay.
so, but we have, so like, 2 of our awesome teachers, like one of them does our tap. Her name's Dawn, she's in a lot of local theater stuff too, and teaches all of our tap classes on site. And we also have Liz, Monier, who's one of the founding directors, like was one of the founders of Fort Wayne Dance Collective back in 1979. So she still does awesome stuff, and she's very, very like, I mean, she is like 70 and she's like, she's a dance mover, but she's very much like, just like. Knows very well about our bodies and what is good, and all of our teachers have experience with. This is like, will help with your mobility and also make you feel comfortable and have fun. Cause we don't want it to be like a job, you know, to be like a fun activity that you get perks from.
Sure.
You envision like an hour and a half?
I'd say probably an hour at the most, just cause like even for like us, it's like kind of like.
Yeah.
You like littles is like, they can't last that long, but I'd say about an hour. It could be a little bit longer if you wanted to include a little bit more, like, we like to open our classes with kind of like hey, where are we at today? Like kind of like a little bit more conversation, and also like to end the class with a little bit of conversation. So you're just like, hey, how did that feel? Or you're like, oh, that was like more like, ooh, I really like that song. Or, oh, could we do something like this? So we can kind of keep that open dialogue between you all and the instructor.
So if you go off in a certain direction and realize everybody's not happy, you could readjust. And-
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's very much like, I think like the reason like they gave the script to us specifically is because we do like to be very flexible and adaptable, because it's for you. Like, I mean, obviously we love to dance and all that fun stuff, but we also want to make sure that you're having a good time. So if we're like, wait a minute, you're like, oh, what if we tried this? Or maybe you're like, oh, that's really cool, we do more of that. Or like, so like keeping that dialogue.
Of course, I'm a little concerned about. Fall, you know, I'm not gonna stand up, but.
Yeah.
People like me are gonna be restricted to a chair, but, you know, some of us that are using walkers. What do you think about that? I mean, how are we gonna make sure nobody?
Definitely sit on your lap.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, that is.
But as I said, like, so like it's very adaptable, the movement, so like you could stay seated the whole time, like we would see like what you were comfortable with. It would be very much like if you wanted to try, like kind of standing, like it would be movement, like we have like training in like, not that like Parkinson's and this is whatever, but like we have training in like, this is like what is like good for your body, this is like, we have like a very good understanding of like what feels safe, and it's always if you're like, so then you sit down, like, we're not gonna be like, oh, you gotta like,
Yeah.
no, if you're like, you know what, or maybe even if you were like, I just feel like standing, you know, like, if you're like, I wanna do the movement, like, there's still plenty that you can do from a seated position, because we do some
Sure.
classes that are literally just seated, like,
Yeah.
nobody ever stands, so like.
Yeah.
I know you're probably like, what, but like, as I said, like, these really cool tap boards that we're able to buy with this grant, which I'm super excited about, so like, literally, you can do all like, you can do tapping.
Yeah.
Like literally just seated the whole time, but if you want to, then there will be options for
Sure.
as well.
Yeah.
Every,
Good, me.
every Friday, we have a happy hour. They, It's kind of the wrong term, I did imply something, not always drink it, but there's a few, but. Reason I say that is they try to bring in, musicians during that time, and the ones that I see. That are very popular are music from the rock and roll years of 50s, 60s,
Yeah,
and 70s.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, there's like so much good music to pull from all those decades, like, you, like,
You know, but
we'll never run out
they
there.
do the twist and I see like anybody that can get up, does. the-
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you can also.
Yeah.
just while you're seated, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah, no, that,
I mean, you guys speak up if I'm wrong here.
No, you're right. I mean, I agree with you.
You can put on the radio while you're here.
Yeah.
You can just hear on the radio on your chair.
that's true, yeah, and sometimes it's just like moving together to the same beat, you know, like, it's just like, there's a sense of community that can create, I mean, dance is literally like originated like. You know, however many hundreds of years ago, just as like a celebration, like as a way to pull community together, so
Sure.
like. We're very much about that mindset and just kind of like moving and just having a good time together eventually.
Exercise
Mm-hmm.
and good for us.
Yeah, it's good for your bodies and your brains, it's great, like this dance is very like left and right side, cross like there's a lot of good pathways that are just naturally happen through movement. But make it like, you know, fun.
Yeah, there's lots of things you can do seated.
Yeah,
I stand for a little while, but then I have to sit down, because of my back, I can't stay standing.
yeah, no, and like you would have like that,
Yeah.
you would have that option.
Yeah. Right,
Just curious, when, if everything falls into place, when would the, say the first, when would you start here?
I would say we could start as early as August, but we can,
oh, okay, yeah,
we can
That is fine.
kind of see like what
yeah,
we're.
how long is your grant for?
It's through, February of next year.
Oh, okay,
So yeah, so we're hoping to try 2 different 8-week sessions possibly, so maybe one's like a tech one, and then one's more like, you know. I'll say like jazz dance, but kind of those classic like jazz dance. Jazz dance, yeah, right, like there's a lot of like different elements you can do there.
Yeah.
But using like being like, hey, like what like artists are you doing, or what, like they're very much getting feedback from you all through that process.
yeah, so it's an 8-week class? Okay, so August, if you started August, it would be August and September. And then maybe you could come back, like, you know, during the winter months would be nice because.
Yeah, it doesn't have to,
We don't
it doesn't have
yeah.
to start in August, it could start later too, if you're like.
We
"I'd rather
don't
be
have,
outside."
we don't have a lot going on in the winter time. You know, when we're stuck inside, is it cold or rainy or snowy, you know?
Yeah, no, that's, yeah,
So I
totally,
think
yeah,
the winter months would be a good time,
yeah.
my suggestion.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's part of the reason why I'm like, really what works, like,
November,
what is what.
December, January.
Well, yeah, like November, December or something, you know, now maybe we could put on a little Christmas program.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
it's just,
yeah,
I would
it's like
say
Yeah.
There was my other neighbor on the other side,
Oh, yeah,
the other side of.
oh, yeah. I can't think of his name, yeah, okay,
Yeah, so yeah, it doesn't need to start in August for any reason, that's just like.
right,
when it-
but that's when your grant starts.
Yeah, or it actually starts like now, but we need to like buy some with supplies.
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff, so,
sure,
We need a little time to get our ducks in a row, so we just got that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are we thinking this room here?
It's the biggest
Renee?
one we got.
Where?
This is the biggest, yeah, this is right now, this is the biggest one we have,
Yeah.
but like how we.
We
we're
have to
dining
do,
room a lot for the happy hour. We have outside ones, but, mostly when the dining room, that would take like, if we had more than, I think like this. We definitely probably would have to do it in the dining room, which might cause. Chaos with the next time that there's a meal time unless it's something in the evening.
yeah,
After. the-
right, in the evening, yeah, do you do evenings? Or-
Yeah, it's really like whatever schedule works for you.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
like,
well, we can discuss that, maybe, I mean, or
Yeah, if you're.
put out a flyer and take a vote when people want it.
Well, I know that's why I said I don't want to be like this meeting. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
okay.
but like
You
also like,
decided.
you're kind of being like, oh, yeah, or like. And then,
Yeah.
like, we're totally fine with you all, like, reaching out, seeing like, what works, like, taking a poll or whatever, if it's a smaller group, it could be here, if it needs to be there, then maybe it is at a later time, or. Like, we can be very flexible in that regard, so, and you can like, actually, like, this is like, you turn these tables over, this is pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty good
It's
size,
pretty good
yeah.
size, so you could.
And they could go out there too, if we had to, they could sit out there along the wall or something, just so that there's.
Sure.
I assume you're bringing your own sound system.
Yes.
Recorder or whatever.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, we just need people and space. Yeah, and we bring everything else.
Well, I'm definitely interested.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cause would everybody here be interested, like, write everybody's name down?
Yep.
Yep,
John?
Yeah.
Debbie? Juanita? Yeah. Okay,
Awesome, cool, and like, all right, let's go.
I think, well, we have another resident that really enjoys dancing. I think he would be interested, and I think Patricia would,
Oh, yes, the preacher.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who was the first one you said?
Krishna?
No.
Oh, Lowell.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Gloria may even like it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a couple others, yeah, we talk to and get them, I mean. We could recruit them. Yeah, I am trying to go down with other people.
You can put up a flyer.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and sign up in the mail.
Would you guys do the flyer or would you do
Yeah.
the? Okay.
We would do the flyer. Oh, I had stuff posted around, but somebody seemed to have taken down, I mean.
One of them. Our meeting today. Just today. Borrow it.
Well, now it's time, now we don't need it after today. You took it down from the elevator?
No.
Oh, no, somebody took down the whole stack we had in there,
Oh.
about the foot doctor, everything. There was a
Oh,
whole
she was
stack.
cleaning,
Huh?
she was cleaning earlier, the elevator.
Oh, no, this was bright early this morning when I walked in.
Oh.
I don't know who does that. We've had, when we used to have meetings, they take our stuff down, too, didn't they? Yeah.
So they
And then, yeah, they do. Okay, what do you want?
I just want to say that maybe since we're talking about it now, and I'm really excited about that. I am stressed to the max. That would be something for me to deal with my stress.
Yeah.
So I don't wanna wait till winter. I would like to rather than.
Sorry.
You first.
Yeah.
Well, it's still fresh on my mind. I just don't want to start in winter.
Okay.
I don't know.
Can you do one down from one?
Yeah, we can do one now, yeah, one soon, yeah.
It depends on that, we're gonna do one every quarter.
Cause I'm not one to do like in summertime, wintertime I'll be better. Because I'm indoors, I mean, I'm not a warm weather person. You're gonna find me in my apartment with my air on this weekend, definitely, I'm not going outside with 90-degree weather.
Well, it's gonna get hot outside, a lot of people are gonna be in anyway. There's only a few that go out there and it's real hot.
It is good for stress because all that movement on watch
Sure.
reminds me of the Tai Chi.
Yes.
And you're moving
Yeah.
around all the energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very, very mindful movement, very like, it's very, and just, you know, the endorphins of just like moving. It's like,
Oh, like Renee said, do one now and then maybe do one later.
yeah, and it can be different people, so if people are like, I really like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, like, you don't have to be in the same section.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. Yep. That run that to me, the winter time is just a suggestion, but
Yeah, but I love the
It
idea
doesn't
of doing one and one. so-
Yeah. now would be great too. I like dancing.
Me too.
I wish I could do more of it.
Okay, well, we will try to do that for you.
Okay.
We need instruction.
Yeah.
Guidance, and then you will do it.
Okay, well, we're definitely interested in.
Awesome, I love that. Any other questions before I go? And always like, they have my contact, so like,
Yeah.
if any thoughts, any suggestions, whatever, please feel.
Yeah, she had her trip today wasn't. So.
Oh, yeah, no worries, yeah, but yeah, we've been in contact with Mark, right, so yeah. Just so you know that the dialogue is open, so we're like. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do we need to do? To show up?
Check it out.
To show up?
So we'll talk, do you want me to ask Melissa like, or tell her that it might be bad, and we're gonna be ready to start, or?
Yeah, I just told Melissa I was probably just gonna say like, hey. We're ready. I don't know, you know, like, and then we can like just start within the schedule and stuff and.
Okay, great, well, thanks a lot, Ashley.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm not doing this.